Good afternoon, everybody. More or less, this is the second part of what we did today in class. We talked about vocabulary for functions, and there were words that represented the x variable, words that represented the y variable. Now, for most of the x's, you see the word in, like independent variable. Input, a domain, they contain the word in. I mean, technically, x coordinate also has the word in, but we need to be careful because y coordinate has the word in as well. Whereas, and then these words were for the y variable. So x is independent variable, input, x coordinate, domain. For the y variable, it's dependent variable, output, y coordinate, range. The second half of today's, well, the second page of today's activity, we had relations. Now, the definition you guys actually have from your activity that we did during the first half of class, and you will also see that on Google Classroom. In the meantime, set of all x values, that's the domain. Set of y values, your range. Now, regarding domains and ranges, you have to list your x values for your domain from least to greatest, and then your y values for the range, also from least to greatest. You cannot repeat. So you cannot have any values that repeat. So for instance, with the x, which I'm going to highlight in yellow, notice how we have -3, -2, +1, oops, +3, and notice how -3 reappeared twice. However, we only list it once. So -3, once we have it, that's it. They all go away. -2, 1, +3. There's your domain. Now the range is your y coordinates. So we have 1, 0, 2, 5, -4. Again, you put these in order from least to greatest. 4, 0, 1, 2, 5. Now, going to the table. Do not put in order from least to greatest. Your table comes from the actual ordered pairs. So I'm going to include the phrase comes from the original ordered pairs. Oops. I should say they come from so you need to look for the ordered pairs and then the table. These values, these ordered pairs help us set up the table. But again, the x value and the y value must correspond to the respective pairs. You do not put them in order like we did for the domain and range. Now, input and output, when you do the map, you take it from the domain and range of your ordered pairs. It is a good idea to order them lowest or least on the top, greatest on the bottom, and then you will have arrows going from your x to the corresponding y value. Now, you may have cases where you have more than one arrow from an x, but they go to different y's. And we'll talk about what happens in that case, whether or not we have a function or not a function. Also from the graph, you plot your points given your ordered pairs, and the graph can also tell us whether or not we have a function or not a function by way of the vertical line test. So that's domain and range in a nutshell. You can either get it from just a list of ordered pairs, you could get it from a table, could even get it from a mapping, or you can even get your domain and range from a graph. The last two problems that were featured on the bottom, they were homework. I am going to give you the points from this graph. They were a little hard to see, but I'm going to give you these coordinate points. So you will get the coordinate points in order to help you fill out the rest of the information. So as always, you can see me during the seminar. You could ask questions during class or see me after school. All right, thank you and take care.